Rob?
Hi, Kristen. How are you?
I'm good. I rested the last 2 days because I felt my body needed to rest.
Okay, very good. Give me one
How
second.
are you?
I'm very good, very good. Give me one second.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome uh, on the Wisdom app and also on the other channels. Okay. So I was actually talking about dogs and burnout yesterday, and I was giving some pointers for people who are burning out, how to handle the whole day. There were, I think, Alka and other people were there asking some specific questions. So, um, well, anyway, let me introduce myself for those people who are, I don't know yet, on Wisdom app and on the LinkedIn too. Uh, I'm a internal medicine doctor. Had been practicing in United States for several decades now. So I have seen a lot of the so-called burnout of the physicians because the system has really changed a lot from the time I entered the system to now. Now there's so much of insurance companies and hospital administrators, and the whole system is kind of very unfair to the doctors, and they're demoralized because of the atmosphere. Um, I do indicate some ways of how to really take care of the system by being assertive, by documenting, and by not losing the cool, but telling them the correct answers. Okay, I talked about that yesterday, but I also ask doctors to take care of themselves better. That's applicable to anybody who is stressed out or who is burned out. Okay, but then. Doctors, because I know what they really go through, what the system is doing to them. I kind of coach them. It's a probably course I have. Some of the people they come and I do it on online. I have a course and also I have a interviews every week that I do. I'm also an informatician. That's why I know about the information overload and what happens with all these EMRs associated. Lots of times it is the EMR that is burning out the physicians because they have to document a lot. They have to deal with a lot of data. You know, so we will talk about that all the time. Then main thing I concentrate is what we can control ourselves, that is taking care of ourselves better, the body, mind, and all the pillars of wellness I talk about. I do coin a term called proactive wellness. That means you don't wait for the health problems, either physical or mental or psychological, to really manifest and then go about asking for help. But with all the knowledge that we have, both of the modern and also ancient, we can do better with the taking care of our body and mind and all that, right? That's where I ask people to actively take some active role on their nutrition, that is vital nutrition, exercise, sleeping, and keeping the mind calm and all that, right? So this is something I always say. So people who have listened to me before, they do understand that. This is for those people who may be following my recording later on. That usually happens, even though people are not that many in my rooms. But there are other people who come and listen to those talks and then send me some questions. Of late, I have been doing these meetings on different topics. I talked about entrepreneurs and energy for the entrepreneurs, and I also talked about sleep quality. I talked about information handling and also how to detoxify yourself from all this digital data. A lot of people worship technology and they don't understand how it is kind of uh, doing something for you. Okay, that kind of thing. Uh, so, with the speed, with the pace with which people are working, and so with really not to find time to deal with their self care. That's what I emphasize on. And that should be something, not you learn something and then you may do it later on. No, your life and your practice should be the same. That's what I always tell people. Uh, Many of the people who are burning out are stressing out because they are simply yielding to the culture, yielding to the fast-paced lifestyle. We don't have to be necessarily. You will be a good citizen if you slow yourself down a little bit and take care of yourself better, so that you don't have to suffer and you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to really cause a lot of problems to the family, to the workplace, and all that. Okay, so that's where I always talk about comprehensive self-care. I have an ebook and I have a course. I have um, several lectures that I read on this comprehensive self-care. Uh, these were like several videos I did way back in 2020 or 2021 when COVID started, and I wanted everybody to have this comprehensive self-care so that we can develop a robust health and resilient immunity, so they can fight from COVID. And with the COVID, there were so many other viruses and bacterial infection you can have because your immune system is down and it cannot put up with the same strength and immunity that normally we had before. Modern life can do that. Say modern life can make you skip breakfast, can make you eat all the fast food outside. Modern life can make you just stay in the car and take the elevators and keep working in the chair, all those things, right? Where it can really slow your metabolism down and then it doesn't help your health in the long run. It may not show to young people who are in 20s and 30s, but if you can use to understand what or how this whole thing builds up, then you can reverse those behaviors. And simple walking every day in the morning, afternoon, and evening, 10 minutes, and that will be simplest enough, or standing and working, things like that. And also take some time to really relax, unwind, and also go to quality sleep. A lot of people are having these mental stimulators or downers, like they take nicotine, several cups of coffee, and then they try to drink alcohol at the night. All those things are really too much on your nervous system in the long run. So I kind of talk to people about being natural, drink water, and don't drink all these caffeinated drinks or energy drinks and all that, right? So that kind of focus on your self-care in a comprehensive way will go a long way to fight not only the burnout and stress, but also all the new infections that are bound to come now. We are very much afraid of another epidemic happening because there's immunity going down. A lot of people breed these bugs, new bugs also coming out. Even from the animals, they are jumping to the human. So it's almost certain after COVID, a few years later, there's going to be another epidemic like that. And then people have to, robust health will help you to fight that. Should it happen. I am very happy because even though I was working with people who have COVID, and then I was out and about going around the things in the time of peak COVID because of my health practices that I do every day naturally without really imposing so much of you know uh, compulsion on me. So, like for example, I get up early and do the exercises. That's very good, right? I kind of try to deep breathe as much as possible. I drink a lot of water, and then I kind of eat vital food, the organic food. And then I don't eat unless I'm hungry. Simple things, right? And then I kind of give breaks from this digital media, right? And then, like you say, I have not been going to so many rooms like I used to. I cut it down. Even then, those rooms are also my choice. If I take a topic, if I want to contribute something, then I may go. So voluntarily, choicefully, I go there. I don't go there automatically. So many people call me, send me invitations, but if they want to have serious discussion, serious topic, they have to be coming and meeting me, and then we can have a serious discussion. I don't want to exchange opinions, but want to know things. I'm more than happy to share. Okay, so that kind of control really gives me not to be overwhelmed by the information and data, right? So discipline, kind of a little bit of it. Once you get used to those habits, good habits, and they become natural, and it's not like a big effort on your part. Okay, that kind of thing. All this. So I see through all the bad things of the modern life and I avoid them. I see through all the good things of modern life and I embrace them. So the same with ancient wisdom also. Get the best of modern medicine, get the best of ancient wisdom. I think that is a nice way to go about in these times. So I kind of teach about comprehensive self-care. I call it CSC for a simple thing. And then if you should seek me for burnout coaching, which physicians do, but they want to be kept private on that. Then they talk to me every week for a couple of hours, and then first I assess where they are, and then I check out a program for them, and I give them lots of homework, and then they can always send me texts and all of that. This is a program that is a premium, so people get me one-on-one every week, twice a week, actually 2 hours, right? And then I kind of make them do certain things, certain changes, and painlessly. Most of the time, I'm customized. Like a obese person, I don't make them do a lot of heavy exercises. Okay, heavy impact, right? So they kind of do the same exercise in a nice and easy way, so they don't feel like their body's joints are stressed. Okay, so I customize the routines for their work, for their whatever they're doing. And also the important thing they learn from me is how to keep their mind calm, not chatter, not continuously talking, not continuously seeking things out, but then enjoying the solitude of mind. That is pretty rare in this time. People get triggered or activated by somebody's comment or somebody's news piece or whatever, right? That's not something unusual. Everybody goes through that. But we don't necessarily have to be chattering all the time or gossiping all the time. We can really take breaks, go and walk in the park, and then allow your senses to see, but don't allow the to react. That kind of thing. That's called pratyahara. So mind, working with the mind, understanding what is mind, and really improving the mind's functions is something I'm very fascinated right from 1980s. See, first when I came into this country, I was in geriatric medicine for a couple of years, right? So I have seen a lot of dementia patients, Alzheimer's and all that. So I wanted to see why this very active, doing very well. Soon after they retire, they kind of become vegetables, staying home or staying in nursing home. They are not active people. They are not wanting to find out new things. So they kind of peter out. They become vegetables. So I wanted to understand. Then I understood the mind structure and his operations and everything through yoga. That was a remarkable thing for me, and ever since I explored that deeper and deeper. And then along with the modern medicine, with the neurosciences, when you combine them, understand them together, I think that's the ideal way to go about using that knowledge, both from the modern medicine and also ancient wisdom, because ancient people had this inner intuitive awareness with which they found out a lot of truths of the inner realm. Right? Whereas the scientists modern scientists, what they do is they study objects outside and they build theories and then they do experiments and they confirm them and then that's why we have a lot of tools, technology, science, all that happens. That's all good, but then if you neglect your inner self and only take care of the outer self, then you are losing out a lot. Okay, that's why I had to look at the ancient wisdom, which is all about inner realm, right? But you can see the mental health is really worsening in all over the world. Suicide rate is going up, and burnout rate is going up, and people are not happy. People are taking a lot of medications for these kind of conditions. All those things are not really needed, and you can be more closer to the nature and more understand yourself, and then that thereby you can fix a lot of things by yourself. That's my thing. That's why I started this proactive wellness, teaching people about how to understand what is wellness, how can we be proactive about wellness, how can we take some actions. For example, if you are eating poorly, you have to understand and you have to study. First of all, don't justify yourself. Oh, this is cheaper. One of my assistants used to tell me, McDonald's gives me $1 meal, and I get it for my husband, for my two kids. All is $4 our meal is done, and she wanted to save the rest of the money. But then we showed her how much money she will lose down the line by losing her health. She was actually she wasn't even 18 years old. She came very early to us, but she was eating this junk for several years now. So we got to teach her nicely, and then help her to change, transform herself. Right. So proactive wellness is you are going to be proactive in your choices about your food, about how you eat, about your movement of the body, about your mind, how you keep it clean and quiet most of the time, and then how about your sleep, which restores your body and mind. So that proactive wellness is very important to understand, and then to study, get some insight. Don't go on study books, because if you do that forever, it is not going to help you. But get the lessons, get the insights, and make sure you are following them on a daily basis. If you can do that, and you can keep a lot of hospitals, clinics, doctors away, and nowadays with artificial intelligence, you can learn a lot more about your health by researching and then also asking your healthcare doctors also. That's what I'm doing lately. So I'm trying to help people to lead a proactive wellness oriented life, and develop their inner resilience, develop their inner core, and so that they are moving the body and keep the mind kind of quiet. That thereby they are developing this inner strength to encounter any diseases, any mental problems that are coming to them. A lot of data, a lot of information is there. But if you just go only for information without understanding where you should be making this as a insight and apply it in your life, then it's information overload, and all that information is not going to help you unless you make it practical, something observable lessons for you, and then make sure that you are not doing just for a day or a week or month, but you are doing it for the rest of your life. That's what I always tell them. Small changes but permanent changes. If you make a small change about, okay, I'm not going to sit down in the chair for hours, then get up every half an hour and then walk a little bit around and come back and sit down if you need to, or do some exercise in the chair itself. That's a small change, but you need to remember and you need to do that every day. Okay. So there are people here on the wisdom also. Let me see who they are. Yeah, Julie is there. Maisha, Sebastian, Queen of Swords. No. Okay. All right. Anybody want to come up and talk? That's I will be happy to chat with you. Kristen, does that make sense to you? What I said?
Yes,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Making like small changes at a time so that gradually we can make it form into habits, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then I always accept like this small change is going to be permanent. And once you resolve like that, then you don't have to, you know, come back to it again and again and again because you are already learned and then you are applied those changes. It's it's a difficult because people go from one to other, one to say they want to learn so many things as if everybody is correct. It's not only one truth, right? We have to find out what is truth and then apply that. So I didn't want to break the routine, even though I don't. I was doing a lot of things. I was in the middle of things as I was doing them. I thought I will come and talk to people for at least for half an hour, and that's why I'm here. So, uh, other thing that's going on is I was doing a project about them come, and it is not Asia, but it's all Africa. It's from the Middle East. It's from the Japan. It's from China. It's from the old red Indians in this country, like the native Indians from them, Australian Aborigines. So if you go there, they have they're basically fundamentally all of them are very reverent to nature, and they don't think that nature is there for us to use it and spoil it. They are there, they really worship it like a mother, right? But Western area people, they think their life is the one important one. Everything else is there for their sustenance. It's a totally wrong approach. So I was studying, and then I was trying to maintain that. Now the cultures where these things have come, have they been adopting these insights, these wisdom that I was finding very valuable. When you look at it, what are the influences that are making them not to apply this wisdom is mainly because this modern conclusion that everything is thought, everything is what we see in front of eyes and all that, right? But actually there's so much more for a human being beyond the mind, that ancients really explored. It's a very blessing once you understand and once you are in that solitude of mind, quietness of mind, not like all the time thinking, all the time chattering in our mind, all the time learning more and more new things, but they are actually half truths or no truths at all. So it's a kind of tough for a lot of people. Okay. So these are the questions that I'm asking and then exploring into what I studied, what I understood, and all that. So it's a fascinating adventure once you take it. I'm also recommending for you people, take a look at it. What is this wisdom? Where did it come from? All those people, you have to do your own research and then your own conclusions too. But then once you learn it, are you applying that in your life? That's my main thing, right? So when I look at it like that, a lot of people just pay casual attention to it without taking seriously, and then investigating it. They don't follow it. Also, they just casually, oh yeah, this is good, and then they go and do the very unnecessary, nonsensical things. That's why this this kind of health is not happening, and a lot of people can't quit smoking, can't quit alcohol or drugs, can't quit being entertaining themselves all the time, which is not really needed, harmful also. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say for today, and because I wanted to spend only about half an hour today, and then I'll be seeing you again tomorrow on the same channel. Okay.
Dr. Rao,
Yeah.
can I share with you what I did yesterday in nature?
Uh, uh, if you have a question, ask me. Otherwise, I'm going to close down because I was alerting only half an hour for this room today.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have a question.
Okay. Yeah, just to spend the time in the nature. You don't have to report to anybody. Just enjoy the nature. That
Okay.
yeah, you will be happy with that. So I'm glad you are doing that, Kristen. Yeah.
Do you think that like swimming in like hot spring water or like a lake can help give your body more energy?
Oh
It
yeah,
has like sulfur in it.
definitely. Aquatherapy is very helpful, especially if you have a weight problem. When you go in the water, you don't have the buoyancy, right? So you feel lighter, your joints move better, and that's all very good for you, especially if you are working physically, lifting things and all that, or you're athlete or you're game player and all that. Then taking the swim and then swimming relaxedly, that's a very good thing. I send a lot of my patients to the YMCA aqua classes because they are not able to walk outside and all. So when they go and do this aqua exercise in the pool. They may not be swimmers, but the swimming pools in the YMCA are kind of shallow one way, and the one is deeper. So I strongly recommended all these people to go on those aqua exercises classes, which they did, and that was very good for them to not only feel good but also lose weight. Yeah, definitely. And actually, there's a whole lot of science in ancient wisdom about aqua therapy. They really used water to have therapy in so many ways. The simple thing is you are going in safe water where that's good, it's not infected, it's polluted and all that. That swimming is very good for you. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Um, if you have like pain in your like for like
Yeah.
if you get pain in your elbow
Mm.
afterwards,
Yeah.
do you
No,
think it could
usually.
have to do with the joint or just that maybe your body's not used to it? Because I
Well,
had a really fun time, but then like as soon as I a little while after I left,
mm,
I had a lot of pain in like my elbow joint.
yeah, that's usually either you are not used to it, or it is too much weight, or you're straining too much, repetitive stress. So many things are there. Okay, you cannot. But then usually when you have pain, you go to the water. It should relieve your pain at least to some extent, if not completely. But if there is a tear, if there is a ligament, if there is so much organic problem there, then you need to test it and make sure nothing else is wrong. It's not just simple strain or stress and all that. So if you don't have any on the X-rays, you don't have any on the myalgia scans and all that, then what happens is then okay, structures are good, but they're strained and they're stressed. Then you can go for the swim. After the swim, it should go down though. It should not go up. If it is going up, even in the swimming, then something is wrong with the joint. Either it is not able to take the weight or not able to take the movement. So you have to diagnose that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I went really slow, and
Yeah.
I was surprised because I felt good the whole time.
Yeah.
But
But
then, like,
yeah, it could be something.
later,
Yeah,
yeah.
something organically wrong. Then usually body tells you that this is not good for me. Then go and check it out and make sure that is all okay. Then you can do everything. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. All right. I will see you tomorrow again.